सद्गुरुमितमतुल्यवेलागुप्तमवाप्तवान्तरायतिरानन्तरङ्गमश्नुते तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद। From Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya chapter 17, text 94। चंद्रशेखर कहे प्रभु बड़ कृपा कैला आपने आसिया भृत्ते दर्शन दिला। Sri Chandrasekhar said, My dear Lord, you have bestowed your causeless mercy upon me because I am your old servant. प्रभु बड़ कृपा कैला आपने आसिया। You came here and Bhritte Darashana Dila. You came here and because of that, I was able to personally see you. We have done this already. To start from here. Shad Darshana Vyakya Vina Katha Nahi Etha Mishra Kripa Kari More Shunana Krishna Katha. Chandrasekhar continued, there is no talk at Varanasi other than discussion on the six philosophical theses. Nonetheless, Tapan Mishra has been very kind to me, for he speaks about topics relating to Krishna. Purport. The six philosophical theses are Vaisheshika, propounded by Kanada Rishi, Nyaya, propounded by Gautama Rishi, Yoga or mysticism, propounded by Patanjali Rishi, the philosophy of Sankhya, propounded by Kapila Rishi, the philosophy of Karma Mimamsa, propounded by Jaimini Rishi, and sixth, the philosophy of Brahma Mimamsa or Vedanta, the ultimate conclusion of the absolute truth, Janmadasyataha, propounded by Sri Vyasadeva. There are the six philosophical theses: Vaisheshika, Nyaya, Yoga or Ashtanga Yoga, Sankhya, Karma Mimamsa, Brahma Mimamsa, or Vedanta. Actually, Vedanta philosophy is meant for the devotees. Because in the Bhagavad Gita, 15.15, Lord Krishna says, Vedanta Krit Veda Videva Chaham. I am the compiler of Vedanta and I am the knower of the Vedas. Vyasadeva is an incarnation of Krishna, and consequently, Krishna is the compiler of Vedanta philosophy. Therefore, Krishna clearly knows the purport of Vedanta philosophy. As stated in the Bhagavad Gita, Whoever hears Vedanta philosophy from Krishna is actually aware of the real meaning of Vedanta. The Mayavadis call themselves Vedantists, but do not at all understand the purport of Vedanta philosophy. Not being properly educated, people in general think that Vedanta means the Shankarite interpretation. निरंतर दुहे चिंती तोमार चरण सर्वज्ञ ईश्वर तुम्ही दिला दर्शन. It's so beautiful. Sri Chandrasekhar is saying, my dear Lord Gauranga Mahaprabhu, we too think of your lotus feet incessantly. Nirantara duhe chinti tomara charan. Chandrasekhar and Tapan Mishra were always meditating on the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Although you are the omniscient Supreme Personality of Godhead, you have granted us your audience. Or one can say, because you are the omniscient, you know that we are always thinking of you. That's why you have given us your darshan so kindly. शुनि महाप्रभु जाबे न श्री वृंदावने तिनक तरहि तार भृत्य दुई जने. My Lord, I have heard that you are going to Vrindavan. I have heard that you are going to Vrindavan. Please stay here at Varanasi for some days and deliver us, for we are your two servants. Tinakata raha. Please stay here and Tara, deliver us, because we are your servants. Bhritte doi jane. We know you are going to Vrindavan. Please stay with us for a few days. Deliver us. We are your servants. Please don't neglect us. Purport. Although Chandrasekhar is an eternal servant of the Lord, he humbly presented himself as fallen, and therefore he requested the Lord to deliver him and Tapan Mishra, two servants. Please deliver both of us. मिश्र कहे प्रभु जाव काशी ते रही बा मोर निमंत्रण बिना अन्य नामनी बा. Ah, Shri Tapan Mishra then said, my dear Lord, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, as long as you stay at Varanasi, please do not accept any invitation for lunch other than mine. Please take prasad at my house only. This is the love of a devotee. And he knew there were no other devotees there, just two of them. Ei mata Mahaprabhu dui bhritter vashe ichha nahi tabu tatha rahila dinadashe. This is the heart of Shri Gaura. This is the heart of Shri Mahaprabhu. Even though he had not made such a plan, Ichha nahi. Even though Mahaprabhu was eager to go to Vrindavan, he had no desire to stay in a place like Kashi. Still, Emata Mahaprabhu Dui Bhrittera Vashe Aham Bhakta Paradhino Hi Asatantra Ivattuja. Krishna is Swatantra Ishwar for everyone, but for his dear devotees, he is Aswatantra. He himself says, Aswatantra, I am Aswatantra. I am Bhakta Paradhin. I am completely controlled by my devotees. Nirantara Vashikrita Pratiti Nanda Nandana. Krishna is always under the control of Srimati Radharani, and devotees who take care of Srimati Radharani, Krishna is under their control also, naturally. So even though Mahaprabhu had no such plans, यद्यपि महाप्रभु की कोई इच्छा नहीं थी, कोई प्लान नहीं था वाराणसी में रुक जाने का, परंतु महाप्रभु अपने भक्तों के प्रेम के इतने वशीभूत होते हैं कि वहां पर एक नहीं, 2 दिन नहीं, 10 दिन रुक गए काशी में. सोचो, वाराणसी में. महाराष्ट्रीय विप्र ऐसे प्रभु देखिबारे, प्रभुर रूप प्रेम देखी है चमत्कारे. At Varanasi, there was a Maharashtrian Brahmin who used to come daily to see Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This Brahmin was simply astonished to see Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's personal beauty and ecstatic love for Krishna. There is Bindu Madhav and there is Gaura Madhav. This is so beautiful. Like we have Gaur Krishna, we have Gaur Gopal, Gaur Govind, Gaur Keshav, we have Gaur Madhav. Lord Madhav, who has appeared as Gaura. Seeing the beauty of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Maharashtrian Brahmin was astonished. Seeing Mahaprabhu's beauty and Mahaprabhu's prem, Rupa Prema dekhi, hai chamatkar. It's so beautiful, like Radharani, and he has love like Radharani. Who is this great personality? Radha Bhav Diti Suvaritam Naumi Krishna Swarupam. विप्रासाबानि मंत्राय प्रभु नाही माने, प्रभु कहे आजी मोरा हया छे निमंत्राणे. When the Brahmanas of Varanasi would invite Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to lunch, the Lord would not accept their invitations. He would simply reply, I have already been invited somewhere else. हरे कृष्णा. जो अभक्त ब्राह्मण थे वाराणसी के, उन्होंने कई सारों ने निमंत्रण दिया महाप्रभु को, आओ आओ प्रसाद पाओ. परंतु श्री महाप्रभु ने किसी का निमंत्रण नहीं स्वीकारा. सबको मना कर दिया कहकर कि नहीं नहीं, मेरा ऑलरेडी, मुझे पहले से किसी और ने निमंत्रण दे रखा है. महाप्रभु विल नॉट टेक फ्रॉम नॉन डिवोटीज. এই মত প্রতিদিন করে ন বঞ্চন, সন্ন্যাসীর সঙ্গ ভয় না মানে না নিমন্ত্রণ. Every day Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu refused their invitations because he feared associating with Mayavadi sannyasis. असत्संग त्याग ए वैष्णव आचार, स्त्री संगी एक असाधु कृष्ण अभक्त आर. A Vaishnava sannyasi never accepts invitation from other party who considers Mayavadi sannyasis and Vaishnava sannyasis to be one and the same. In other words, Vaishnava sannyasis do not at all like to associate with Mayavadi sannyasis. To say nothing of eating with them. This principle must be followed by the sannyasis of the Krishna consciousness movement. That is the instruction of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, given by his personal behavior. You should take prasad offered by devotees. Prakashananda Shripad Sabhate Basiya Vedanta Padana Bohu Shishagana Laya. Different sannyasis were expert in the different 6 limbs of Vedas. There was one sannyasi called Prakashananda Saraswati, and he was expert in Vedanta, or so he thought. His forte was Vedanta. वेदों के 6 अंग है जो हमने देखे, वैशेषिका, न्याय, वेदांत, कर्म मीमांसा इत्यादि. और अलग अलग सन्यासी अलग अलग वेदांगों में प्रवीण थे. एक बहुत प्रभावशाली सन्यासी रहते थे वाराणसी में, उनका नाम था श्री प्रकाशानंद सरस्वती. वेदांत पर व्याख्या करने में बहुत उनको रुचि थी और उनके कई सारे शिष्य थे जो उनसे वेदांत पर उनके टीका को सुनते थे. Shripad Prakashananda Saraswati was a Mayavadi sannyasi, and his characteristics have been described in Chaitanya Bhagavat Madhya Khanda chapter 3. हस्तपद मुख मोर नाही कलोचन, वेद मोर ए मते करे विडंबन. काशी ते पडाय वेटा प्रकाश आनंद, सेई वेटा करे मोर अंग खंड खंड. वाखाणये वेद मोर विग्रह नामाने, सर्वांगे हईला कुष्ठ तबु नाही जाने. सर्व विघ्नमय मोर जे अंग पवित्र, अजभव आदिक हर चरित्र. पुण्य पवित्र पाय जे अंग परशे, तथा मिथ्या बोले बेटा के मने साहसे. In Madhyakhanda chapter 20 it is said, Sannyasi Prakashananda Vasaye Kashite, More खंड खंड बेटा करे भालमते. पडाया वेदांत मोर विग्रह नामाने, कुष्ट कराईनु अंगे तबु नाही जाने. सत्य मोर लीला कर्म, सत्य मोर स्थान, इहा मिथ्या बोले मोरे करे खान खान. Translation. Being an impersonalist, Prakashananda Saraswati used to explain the absolute truth as being without hands, Bhagwan's figure without hand, legs, mouth, or eyes. In this way, he used to cheat the people by denying the personal form of the Lord. प्रकाशानंद सबसे कहता था कि कोई भगवान का कोई आकार नहीं है, कोई रूप नहीं है, भगवान की आंखें नहीं है, हाथ नहीं है, पैर नहीं है. Such a foolish person was Prakashananda Saraswati, whose only business was to sever the limbs of the Lord by proving the Lord was impersonal. Although the Lord has form, Prakashananda Saraswati attempted to cut off the hands and legs of the Lord through his commentary. This is the business of demons. The Vedas state that people who do not accept the Lord's form are rascals. The form of the Lord is factual, for Krishna states in Bhagavad Gita, Vedaischa sarvairaham vedya. When Krishna says aham, he says I am, which means I, the word person. It indicates person. He adds the word eva, which is used for conclusive verification. Thus, by studying Vedanta philosophy, Vedaisya Sarvair Aham Eva Vedya, one must know the Supreme Person, Krishna. Whoever describes Vedic knowledge as impersonal is a demon. One becomes successful in life by worshipping the form of the Lord. The Mayavadi sannyasis deny the form of the Lord, which delivers all fallen souls. Indeed, the Mayavadi demons try to cut this form to pieces. The personality of Godhead is worshipped by exalted demigods like Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva. The original Mayavadi sannyasi, Shankaracharya, also accepted the fact that the Lord's form is transcendental. Narayana Paravavyaktat. Narayana, the supreme personality of Godhead, is beyond Avyakta, the unmanifested material energy. Avyaktad and Sambhava. This material world is a creation of that unmanifested material energy, Avyakta. However, Narayan has his own eternal form which is not covered by the material energy. Simply by worshipping the form of the Lord, one is purified. However, Mayavadi sannyasis are impersonalist philosophers and they describe the form of the Lord as Maya or false. They call Satchidananda Vigraha to be Maya. How can one be purified by worshipping something false? Mayavadi philosophers have no sufficient reason for being impersonalists. They blindly follow a principle that cannot be supported by reason or argument. This was the situation with Prakashananda Saraswati, the chief Mayavadi sannyasi of Banaras. He was supposed to teach Vedanta philosophy, but he would not accept the form of the Lord. Therefore, he was attacked with leprosy. Nonetheless, he continued to commit sins by describing the absolute truth as impersonal. The absolute truth, the supreme personality God, had always displays pastimes and activities, but Mayavadi sannyasis claim that these activities are false. Some people falsely claim that Prakashananda Saraswati later became Prabodhananda Saraswati, but this is not a fact. Prabodhananda Saraswati was the uncle and spiritual master of Sri Gopal Bhatta Goswami. In his Grahastha life, Prabodhananda Saraswati was a resident of Sri Rangakshetra and he belonged to the Vaishnava Ramanuja Sampradaya. It is a mistake to consider Prakashananda Saraswati and Prabodhananda Saraswati the same man. Hare Krishna. Dear devotees, Krishna willing, will continue tomorrow. Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai, Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Maharaj ki jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai.
जय
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
कृष्ण प्रभु
हरे
दंड
कृष्ण
प्रणाम
कृष्ण
जय
प्रभु
प्रभु